Before you tattoo color onto your lips after 60, take your lipstick off and look at your face from 6 feet away. Not up close, 6 feet away. And for a moment, forget the little lines, forget the wrinkles, forget everything you have been taught to inspect and correct. Instead, ask yourself one question: what disappears first? For many women, it is the lips. Over the years, the natural contrast between the lips and the surrounding skin can become softer. The border may look less defined. A face that still looks elegant and expressive can suddenly feel a little unfinished without lipstick. And this is where lip blush becomes interesting. Not because it can make you look 20 years younger. I would never promise you that. And frankly, I would not want it to. The real question is whether lip blush can quietly restore something that time has softened, without changing the character of the woman wearing it. After years of studying color, proportion, clothing, and the way small details change an entire appearance, I have learned something important. The most sophisticated beauty work is rarely the work you notice. You notice the woman. So today, I am not simply giving you a yes or no. I am going to show you how I would evaluate lip blush for a woman over 60 if she were sitting directly across from me. And we begin with a question almost nobody asks. Here is the first thing I would tell you if you were sitting across from me. Do not ask, should I get lip blush? Not yet. That question comes too early. Before I recommend changing anything on a woman's face, I want to know what she believes is missing. Is it color? Is it definition? Is one side of the lip beginning to look softer than the other? Or has she simply become so accustomed to wearing lipstick that her natural face now feels incomplete without it? Those are 4 very different problems. And this is where good beauty decisions begin. Not with the procedure, but with the reason. Try something tomorrow morning. Stand in natural daylight with a completely bare face. No lipstick, no liner, no tinted balm. First, look at the color of your lips. Do they still create enough contrast against your skin? Second, look at the border. Can you clearly see where your lips end? Or has that edge become softer? Then do something surprisingly useful. Put on the lipstick you normally wear, look at yourself, and take it off again. Now ask, what exactly did I miss when the lipstick disappeared? If the answer is simply, I prefer having a little more color, that matters. But if your lips still have beautiful natural color and definition, and you simply enjoy changing lipstick with your clothes, I would not rush to make anything semi-permanent. A sophisticated woman does not change something simply because she can. She edits. She knows when an addition improves the composition, and when leaving something alone is the more elegant decision. That is the first test. Not, would lip blush look pretty, but, what am I asking lip blush to do for me? Because once you know that answer, we can discuss the detail that separates beautifully understated lip blush from lips that look unmistakably done. And surprisingly, it is not just the color. There is a strange rule in good design. The more beautifully something is done, the less you should notice the work behind it. Think about a perfectly tailored blazer. You do not look at a woman and say, "What excellent sleeve alterations." You notice that she stands taller. Her shoulders look balanced. Her waist looks cleaner. Somehow, the entire woman appears more polished. Lip blush should work the same way. And this is where many women become distracted by the wrong kind of perfection. They see photographs of beautifully defined lips and begin focusing on sharper borders, stronger symmetry, and perfectly even color. But a mature face has something a photograph cannot fully explain. It has texture, it has movement, it has character. When the lips become dramatically more precise than everything surrounding them, they can begin to look separate from the face. That is not refinement. That is contrast in the wrong place. Imagine a woman in her late 60s going to dinner. She is wearing a beautifully cut navy jacket, a soft ivory blouse, small earrings, and very little makeup. Nothing is shouting. Then you notice her lips before you notice her eyes. For me, that is the warning. Not because an older woman should disappear. Quite the opposite. She should have presence without looking overworked. If I were discussing lip blush with her, I would ask for softness before sharpness. I would want the border to feel believable, the color to belong naturally to her complexion, and the finished effect to make sense even when she is wearing almost no makeup. Not trendy, not theatrical, just beautifully considered. Here is the takeaway I want you to remember. Restore. Don't redraw. Lip blush should not give you a new pair of lips. At its most elegant, it should make your own lips look quietly present again. But there is another decision that may matter even more than definition, because the lipstick color that makes you look spectacular tonight may be exactly the color I would never choose for lip blush. There are lip colors I would happily put in your handbag and refuse to put permanently on your face. That may sound contradictory. It isn't. A lipstick and lip blush have two completely different jobs. A beautiful berry lipstick can be wonderful with a black dress for dinner. A confident red can bring life to a simple white shirt. A sophisticated rose can transform an otherwise neutral outfit. But lipstick goes home when you do. You remove it. Lip blush has to wake up with you the next morning. And this is where most women need to think differently. Do not choose a lip blush color by asking, which lipstick makes me look glamorous? Ask, which color still belongs on my face when everything else is gone? No foundation, no mascara, no earrings, no carefully chosen jacket, just you. This matters even more after 60, because your coloring is a composition. Silver hair may soften or increase certain contrasts. Your skin tone may respond differently to color than it did years ago. Even the frames of your glasses can change how strong a lip color appears. Now here is the part nobody talks about. A color can be beautiful and still be wrong for permanence. That deep berry you adore for date night may be magnificent precisely because it is dramatic. But do you want that same level of drama while drinking coffee on a quiet Sunday morning? Maybe not. If I were choosing direction with a client, I would usually be thinking about harmony before impact, a shade that supports her natural coloring rather than competes with it. And because cosmetic tattoo pigments and healed results involve more than simply picking a lipstick shade, the final color decision belongs in a careful consultation with a qualified, experienced professional. Your practical test is simple. Look at the proposed color and imagine it with the least glamorous version of your day. Running errands, walking the dog, having breakfast. If it still feels like you, we are getting closer. Because great permanent beauty decisions are not made for your most dressed up hour. They are made for your most ordinary one. And there is one very simple way I would test that before making any decision. I call it the white shirt test. Before I approve a color that is going to live on your face every day, I want to remove almost everything else from the conversation. No glamorous outfit, no evening lighting, no full face of makeup, just a white shirt, natural daylight, and you. I call this the white shirt test. Put on a simple white or soft ivory shirt. Wear your hair the way you normally wear it. If you wear glasses every day, keep them on. Then remove your makeup, especially your lipstick. Stand near a window and look at the whole face. Not 2 inches from the mirror, the whole face. Now imagine the lip blush color you are considering. Does it gently bring your mouth back into balance? Or does the color suddenly become the first thing you see? That distinction matters. In fashion, I often remove accessories when I am unsure about an outfit. Why? Because when you remove the distractions, proportion becomes easier to see. I would approach your face with the same discipline. Suppose you are 68, with silver hair, warm skin, tortoiseshell glasses, and a naturally soft lip color. A strong fashionable pink may look fabulous with mascara, jewelry, and a beautiful dinner jacket. Take those things away, and suddenly the pink may seem to be wearing you. That is useful information. And this sounds small, but it changes everything. The best lip blush color should survive your quietest day. It should make sense at breakfast, at the grocery store, on a flight when you are tired and wearing almost no makeup. And yes, it should still leave you enough freedom to put a richer lipstick over it when you want more drama. That freedom matters. A refined beauty choice should give you options, not take them away. So before you fall in love with a color under perfect studio lighting, test the idea against your real life. Your bare face is not the unfinished version of you. It is the foundation every cosmetic decision has to respect. Now, after everything I have said so far, you may think I am leaning toward lip blush, perhaps. But this is exactly where I would stop the consultation and do something unexpected. I would try to talk you out of it. Now let me talk you out of lip blush. Yes, after everything I have just told you. Because if someone can only explain why you should do a cosmetic procedure, you are not receiving advice. You are receiving a sales pitch. And those are not the same thing. Perhaps your natural lip border is still clear. Perhaps your color is softer than it used to be, but a tinted balm gives you exactly what you need. Or perhaps you love lipstick. You enjoy choosing a muted rose for lunch, something richer for dinner, and a beautiful red when you want your face to have more authority. Why would I take that pleasure away from you? Sometimes the most elegant solution is also the least permanent one. A softly applied lip pencil can restore a little definition. A tinted balm can bring back freshness. A beautiful lipstick can change with your clothes, your glasses, the season, and your mood. Convenience is valuable, but flexibility is valuable too. And there is another side of this conversation we should not romanticize. Lip blush is cosmetic tattooing. That means there is a healing process, results can vary, and the beautiful photograph you see online does not tell you everything about what happened before, during, or after that photograph was taken. Your health history matters as well. If you have concerns about your skin or lips, a history of cold sores, take medications that may affect the procedure or healing, or simply do not know whether you are a good candidate, those questions deserve a conversation with an appropriately qualified professional or healthcare provider before you proceed. That is not the glamorous part of beauty. It is the responsible part. And after decades around fashion, I have become increasingly suspicious of any beauty decision that depends on urgency. You do not need to decide because everyone suddenly seems to be doing it. You do not need to decide because your lips have changed. And you certainly do not need to correct every visible sign that you have lived. A well-dressed, well-groomed woman over 60 does not chase every improvement available to her. She chooses what deserves her attention. So my practical advice is simple. Before booking anything, live for 1 week with the effect you think you want. Use liner, balm, or lipstick to approximate it. Wear it to lunch. Wear it running errands. See it first thing in the morning. If you still want that effect when the novelty disappears, then the conversation becomes much more interesting. Because now we need to consider something most beauty consultations completely overlook. Your lips do not exist by themselves. Here is something I learned from fashion long before lip blush ever became part of the conversation. When everything is trying to be important, nothing looks sophisticated. A beautiful outfit needs hierarchy. Perhaps the coat is the statement, and everything underneath becomes quieter. Perhaps the necklace is dramatic, so the neckline stays simple. Your face works in much the same way. Your lips are not an isolated feature. They live beside your eyes, your brows, your glasses, your hair, your skin, your jewelry, and all of those elements are speaking at the same time. The question is, which one should speak first? Imagine a woman in her early 70s with beautiful silver hair and strong black eyeglass frames. Those glasses already create definition around her eyes. Now give her sharply defined brows. Then add very crisp, saturated lip blush. Then large earrings. Nothing is necessarily wrong by itself. But together, the face has nowhere to rest. And this is where restraint becomes more powerful than correction. If her glasses are strong, perhaps the lips should be softer. If her brows already frame the face beautifully, perhaps the mouth does not need an equally precise border. If her silver hair creates striking contrast against her complexion, the most elegant lip color may be quieter than she expected. This is exactly how I would build an outfit. I would not ask whether every individual piece is beautiful. I would ask whether they are beautiful together. Try this before deciding on lip blush. Put on the glasses you wear most often. Style your hair normally. Add your everyday earrings. Then use lip pencil and lipstick to imitate roughly the definition and color you are considering. Now step away from the mirror. Where does your eye go first? There is no rule saying it cannot go to your lips. But it should feel intentional. A woman over 60 does not need every feature sharpened to prove that she still has presence. Presence and emphasis are not the same thing. That distinction is one of the secrets of mature style. Not more color, not more definition, not more correction, better balance. And once you understand balance, we can finally answer the question you came here for. Lip blush after 60, yes or no? My answer is neither. It is 3 yeses and 4 very important no's. So, lip blush after 60, yes or no? Here is my answer. I would give you 3 yeses. And I would take 4 other reasons off the table completely. Yes, if you want to restore color that has genuinely faded, not create a fashionable new mouth, simply return enough natural-looking contrast that your lips no longer disappear into the surrounding skin. Yes, if you want to restore gentle definition. Notice I said gentle. The goal is not to draw a perfect border around a mature mouth. It is to help the border that already belongs to you become easier to see. And third, yes, if you want less daily effort. If you have spent years reaching for liner and lipstick every morning simply to feel put together, a subtle result may offer the kind of convenience that genuinely improves your routine, provided you are an appropriate candidate and you have chosen an experienced, qualified professional. Those are my 3 yeses. Now for the no's. If the real goal is bigger, I would stop. If the goal is sharper, I would reconsider. If the goal is brighter simply because brighter looks younger, I would question the premise. And if the entire decision begins with the sentence, "I want the lips I had at 25," I would gently put the mirror down, because this is the part of beauty after 60 that deserves far more respect than it receives. Your lips do not need to impersonate the lips you had at 25. They need to belong beautifully to the face you have now. There is enormous freedom in that idea. You are no longer designing backward. You are not trying to reconstruct an old photograph. You are looking at the silver in your hair, the shape of your face today, the glasses you love, the clothes you actually wear, and the life you actually live. Then you make one intelligent decision for that woman. Not younger, not trendier, not more noticeable, more harmonious. So, is lip blush after 60 a yes? For the right woman, with the right expectations and the right professional, it can be. For another woman, the most sophisticated answer may be no. And I consider those equally successful outcomes. Because the purpose of a good consultation is never to get you into the chair. It is to make sure you will still recognize yourself when you get out of it. Now there is only one place left to return, the mirror where we started. Now go back to the mirror where we started. Take off your lipstick. Step back 6 feet. But this time, I do not want you to ask, "Do my lips look old?" That question was never useful. Ask something better. Does my face feel balanced? Perhaps your lips have become pale enough that restoring a little color would bring warmth back to your face. Perhaps the border has softened, and subtle definition would make your morning routine easier. Or perhaps you look at yourself and realize something equally valuable. You do not need to change anything. That is a beautiful answer too. After many years of thinking about clothes, color, proportion, and the extraordinary ways women change throughout their lives, I have become convinced of one thing. Elegance is not the art of correcting everything. It is the discipline of knowing what to leave alone. So lip blush after 60? Say yes when it quietly restores what time has softened. Say no when it asks you to become a younger version of yourself. You do not need younger lips. You need lips that belong beautifully to the woman in the mirror today. And I would love to know something. If you could change just one thing about your lips, not make them younger, simply make them easier to live with, what would you choose? More color? A clearer border? Better symmetry? Or absolutely nothing? Tell me in the comments. And if you appreciate thoughtful, practical conversations about beauty and timeless style after 60, subscribe and join me here, because in our next conversation, we are going inside your lipstick drawer, and I will show you why some colors become more beautiful, not less, as a woman gets older.